There's seats upstairs if you guys want to go sit upstairs. Can I just get like a little bit of energy this morning? It's cold. Maybe we could get like a slow clap or something going? Hold on. Let's get one of these. Here we go. Work with me here. Why are you guys so eager? Just slow down. Here we go. Okay, let's try this again. Just go with me. Go with the beat. All right, here we go. Ready? All right, I'm ready. Welcome to Silicon Valley. Welcome to Startup Grind. We are a global community of innovators and startup people who are sort of united around helping and making friends and giving before we take. And we do that in partnership with the great people at Google for Startups and so many other amazing brands and companies that work with us. And we're just thrilled to have you here. We started hosting this event about 7 years ago, and this was the team. And this was everyone in the world. If you can see that little slide there underneath me and Jermaine Dupree, it says 35 cities, 15,000 people, and 15 countries. Today, 7 years later, we have over 600 chapters in 150 countries. There are millions of entrepreneurs and innovators and startup people all around the world who are part of our network. And what we see this event as is really a chance to bring your team together. And that's really what Startup Grind is all about. It's not about working until you die or until you can't sleep and waking up the next morning and starting again and going as hard, as crazy as you can. It's just about being consistent, and it's about building something for your family, and it's about taking care of the people that you work with and being good to other people. And the thing that unites Startup Grind people around the world, regardless of their ethnicity or their gender or their culture or where they were born, is just that we have people that have a similar ethos of giving first, of helping others, and of making friends. And this has spread all across the world, and I am extremely grateful to have been able to see and be a part of this. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure that why anyone outside of me and a couple of my friends would ever want to have anything to do with Startup Grind. I just had no sense that people needed it or wanted it. And maybe that's like some of your ideas right now, or the companies that you work with, or the teams that you're on. There's a very small group of people, and you're trying to figure out, is this something that the world's going to latch onto? And in my experience, the greatest ideas are the ones that have this organic momentum, that in spite of the flaws and the problems of the people that run them, aka me, that it still works and that people still love it. And that's a credit to all of these amazing people from around the world. You're gonna see them. Anyone wearing one of these great jackets is somebody that is running a local Startup Grind chapter in their city. If you're on a Startup Grind team or you're a Startup Grind chapter director somewhere in the world and you're in this room, would you please stand up so people can see you? Stand up. Okay, no one is too cool at Startup Grind. So if you don't have anyone to talk to, and this happens to me. I go to conferences sometimes, or I go to events, and I just don't know anybody. And so I kind of like walk around in the beginning. I'm all like hyped up, like yeah, I'm doing this, like I'm doing this conference. This is gonna happen. And then as the day wears on, like more and more, I just start looking at my phone. So I look busy, like I'm doing something. Like if you don't know somebody, or you don't know who to talk to, like walk up to one of the Startup Grind directors and tell them who you are and ask them how you can help them. And they'll say the same thing to you. And I encourage you, whoever you meet over the next few days, that instead of pitching their brains out, which is like one of the worst human experiences imaginable, like just stop for a minute and ask them how you can help. And just trust me, If you do that, you will start to do that going forward. That's the first thing you'll hear from me is, how can I help? And I have found that that's the best way, honestly, in the long term, to help myself. Because if I can help you now, then you might help me sometime down the road or not. But if you succeed, your success is my success. I want to just talk about one of these directors who really exemplifies our values. And I'll also just say, if we don't have Startup Grind in your city, we should, or in your university, or in your town, we should. If we don't have a Startup Grind that represents what you represent and the people that you represent, but our values represent what you represent, we want to work with you. And Mohamed Sheik Ali was our chapter director in Mogadishu, Somalia. And 1 year ago from last night, I met him out in the lobby out here in the Fox Theater. And Mohamed was a really, really amazing person. First of all, he really represents everything great about Africa and everything great about the emerging world. He was tall, young, happy, tech savvy, smart, hustling entrepreneur. And he started this chapter in Somalia, and we could not believe what was coming out of Somalia. It was the most diverse chapter we had in the whole world. And the things that he was doing with the people he was bringing together, he was the hub for entrepreneurship in Somalia, in Mogadishu, largest city in Somalia. And in August, tragically, Mohamed was murdered in broad daylight, having lunch one afternoon. Who murdered him or how did this happen? We don't really know. But what we know is that Mohamed and people like him represent a change in the world that's happening that's scary to some people. And values and work that changes the way that people are used to doing things. And he's an example to me as I think of all of the great people I have met in Startup Grind. Mohamed Sheik Ali is at the very, very top of the list of people who I wish I could be like. And we want to show you a little bit of some of the work that he did.
I'm going to tell you my life back to Mogadishu. I came back to Mogadishu in 2011 August. For my objective that time was for a vacation. about only opening a business. It's about bringing something people need.
Well, my hope is that over the next couple of days that you're going to meet a lot of people, that you're going to learn a lot, that you're going to figure out how are you going to get your startup over the next few weeks and months, and your company and your organization and your nonprofit or your education or whatever you're trying to accomplish, that you will push that forward, and that over the next quarter and the next year that you'll think of people like Mohamed and other people that you meet here in the example that they are and be inspired by that. Welcome to Startup Grind. We're grateful to have you. Thank you for being here.